there's a moment just before the gates open when everything goes quiet. The crowd softens into whispers, the sky turns golden, and for a heartbeat, the world feels suspended. You can almost hear the sound of childhood breathing again, that delicate mix of wonder and anticipation. It's in that instant you remember, Disney isn't just a place you visit, it's a rhythm you fall back into. But here's what most people miss. The difference between a good day and a perfect day here isn't luck. It's rhythm, timing, and a few invisible choices that quietly shape everything. Why do some guests leave with stories they'll tell for years, while others just feel tired and overwhelmed? Maybe magic isn't only about what you see, but how you move through it. I've learned after countless visits that the secret isn't to do more, it's to feel more. To slow down just enough to let the park speak to you. Because yes, it does speak, in the way the music shifts when you cross from Main Street to Adventureland, or how the smell of popcorn drifts exactly when the afternoon starts to fade. The magic hides in the pauses we keep skipping. So in this video, we'll uncover the quiet strategies that turn an ordinary Disney trip into something unforgettable. Not hacks or tricks, but simple choices that change how you experience the park. From timing your day like a local to finding the peace everyone else rushes past, we'll explore how to make Disney feel alive again, the way it did when you were little. If you love exploring the hidden emotions behind Disney's magic, hit like and subscribe. It truly helps this channel grow and keeps the wonder alive. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Because whether it's your first visit or your 50th, there's always one more layer of magic waiting to be found.
Plan your travel time, the invisible enemy of vacations. Most people think of Disney time as park hours, 9 to 9, open to close. But real Disney time starts the moment you step outside your hotel room. The buses, the Skyliner, the boats, they're part of the story too. They hum, glide, pause, and wait, weaving you into the rhythm of the resort. What looks like a 15-minute ride can quietly become an hour, and suddenly, magic feels like it's running late. I've seen families rush through the gates, eyes on their schedules, hearts already a few minutes behind. The irony is that Disney was never meant to be sprinted through. The very design of it, the pathways, the music, the transitions between lands, was made for walking, not racing. Yet every minute lost in transit chips away at the calm that makes the experience whole. The smartest travelers know that the spaces between destinations are where peace hides. That 20-minute wait for the next boat, it's not wasted time. It's a breath. A chance to feel the breeze off the lake, to watch kids wave at strangers, to remember you're not chasing magic, you're living inside it. Because Disney rewards those who slow down enough to notice. So when you plan your next trip, don't just map the rides, map the silence too. Leave room for the slow transitions, the quiet detours, the moments that don't fit in an app. Time is the only souvenir you can't buy, and how you spend it determines how the story feels. Sometimes the shortest distance to magic is the one you take the slowest. Avoid the lunchtime traps. Every day, around noon, the parks transform. Lines for food stretch like parade routes. Every chair becomes a battlefield, and the heat seems to double just to test your patience. Most guests stop at the first crowded dining hall they find, convinced that this chaos is inevitable. But a little curiosity, a few extra steps, can turn the rush into calm. I've learned that Disney hides its quietest treasures above and beyond the obvious. While families crowd the first floor of Columbia Harbor House, peace waits upstairs. Soft light, wooden tables, the hum of distant laughter instead of noise. The same rule applies everywhere. Go where the crowd isn't, because Disney rewards the wanderer, the one who's willing to walk past the comfort zone.
Eating at odd hours is another kind of superpower. Try lunch at 10:45 or 2:15, and you'll find yourself surrounded not by noise, but by stories. You'll taste the difference too, not just in food, but in atmosphere. Meals at Disney aren't just about refueling, they're about rhythm. And rhythm only exists when you step out of sync with everyone else. So next time your stomach growls and every restaurant looks full, remember, the park isn't trying to make you wait, it's inviting you to explore. Wander deeper, climb higher, and you'll find corners most visitors never see. Sometimes the best meal isn't on the map, it's the one waiting for those who take their time to look. Update the app before you go.
The My Disney Experience app isn't just a tool, it's the park's heartbeat. Every reservation, every wait time, every virtual queue flows through it. But, like any heart, it needs to be healthy to keep everything else alive. Too many guests arrive with outdated versions, wondering why things lag or crash right when they need them most. A single update, done before you leave home, can save hours of stress later. I've seen people lose reservations they made weeks before because their app froze mid-refresh. I've seen others panic at the gate, staring at a spinning wheel while the line moves without them. Technology isn't magic, but in Disney, it's part of the illusion, the invisible thread that holds your experience together. And when it breaks, so does the rhythm of your day. Updating the app is like tuning your instrument before the concert starts. It's quiet, simple, but essential. Those few seconds of preparation make the rest of your day flow smoother, cleaner, lighter. You stop reacting and start orchestrating your experience, choosing where to go, when to move, and what to feel. So, before you pack your ears or your sunscreen, take a minute to update your app. Do it not because Disney says so, but because peace of mind is the first magic you can give yourself. In a world built on precision and timing, being ready is its own kind of enchantment.
Turn after the park time into part of the experience. Most people treat the end of the park day like a curtain closing. The show's over, time to go back. But Disney doesn't stop when the fireworks fade. When you leave Animal Kingdom at 6, you're stepping into a different kind of magic, one that lives in the quiet glow of the evening. The boats drift slower, the lights soften, and the air feels heavier with peace. I've found that the moments after the parks are often the ones that stay. Dinner at Animal Kingdom Lodge, where drums echo through the halls. A slow walk through Disney Springs, where musicians play for no one in particular. Or maybe just floating in your resort pool, hearing laughter ripple from balconies nearby. The day may be over, but the story isn't. There's something sacred about the post-park calm. It's when the rush melts away and gratitude takes its place. You notice things you missed before, the scent of tropical plants, the sound of sandals on pavement, the distant hum of the monorail. These are the quiet chapters of the vacation that most people never read. So next time you think the magic ends at closing time, don't rush for the exit. Stay a little longer. Let the night remind you that rest is part of wonder too. Because the best memories aren't just about what you do at Disney, they're about how you feel when the world finally slows down. The power of sunrise and sunset. There are two moments each day when Disney feels like it's breathing: sunrise and sunset. In those hours, the air turns golden, the crowds hush, and everything seems to move in slow motion. The colors change first, then the sound. The park exhales. You can feel it on Main Street where the light hits the castle just right, or in Frontierland when the sun slips behind the trees. Arriving early is more than a strategy, it's a privilege. You watch the park wake up, hear the gates creak open, and feel the anticipation building like music before the first note. There's space to walk, to look around, to let the day meet you gently instead of rushing to catch it. Morning is Disney's quiet confession. It tells you what kind of magic the day will hold. And when the evening comes, it's not just a sunset, it's closure. The sky burns orange, then purple, then velvet blue. The rides slow down, the laughter softens, and everything feels suspended in time. It's when nostalgia hits hardest, reminding you that every perfect day must fade so the next one can begin. So plan your days around these sacred moments. Trade one early morning for an early night, and let balance be part of your adventure. Because sunrise and sunset are more than light. They're the heartbeat of the park itself. If you listen closely, you'll hear Disney whisper, "Don't rush, this is what you came for."
Buy souvenirs that tell a story. Most souvenirs fade. They break, get lost, or end up in a drawer. But the ones that last carry a story, not a barcode. Disney sells nearly everything online now, but you can't download the smell of fresh paint from an artist's booth or the rhythm of scissors cutting a paper silhouette in Frontierland. The best treasures aren't mass-produced. They're moments captured in motion. I remember watching an old craftsman at Epcot carve names into glass with nothing but steady hands and years of patience. He smiled without looking up, saying he'd done it for decades, for people who'd come back just to see him again. That's when I realized these artists aren't just making souvenirs, they're making anchors for memories that might have drifted away. Each park hides a handful of these small miracles. Perfumes hand-blended in France, hand-painted ornaments in Liberty Square, or sketches drawn in pencil while you wait. When you buy one, you're not purchasing an object, you're preserving a story that once belonged to that exact moment in time. So next time you feel tempted by the same t-shirt everyone's wearing, pause. Walk toward the sound of a brush, the smell of leather, or the spark of a chisel. Find something that breathes. Because the most magical souvenirs aren't made by machines. They're made by people who still believe in wonder.
Master the new Lightning Lane system. The Lightning Lane isn't just a line, it's a language. And like any language, most people only learn a few words. They rush to book the biggest rides first, thinking that strategy alone equals success. But in Disney, timing is everything. The real secret isn't what you book, it's when and why. Some attractions sparkle in the morning light, others feel alive only after dark. I once watched a family use all their passes by noon, celebrating like they'd won a race, only to spend the rest of the day trapped in hour-long waits. Meanwhile, the calm ones, the ones who studied the rhythm of the park, were quietly gliding through, ride after ride, as if the park itself had opened just for them. Disney rewards patience disguised as planning. The key is balance. Don't waste lightning lanes on rides that breathe better in the evening or those that empty during parades. Instead, read the day like a conductor reads a score, with attention, timing, and intuition. When you align your choices with the park's natural flow, you stop chasing time and start dancing with it. So before you tap that Book Now button, pause. Ask yourself what kind of day you want to feel, not just what you want to do. Because mastering the Lightning Lane isn't about skipping lines, it's about mastering rhythm, the quiet art of being exactly where the magic is, just when it happens.
Prepare for Florida's sun and your phone's heat. Florida's sun doesn't just shine, it attacks. It creeps into your skin, your patience, and eventually your phone. I've seen devices overheat mid-photo, screens go black just as fireworks began, and guests left staring at their reflections instead of the castle. The truth is, in Disney, even technology needs shade. Heat doesn't care about your plans, it rewrites them. I learned this the hard way, holding a camera that had melted itself into silence. That's when I realized survival here isn't just about sunscreen, it's about awareness. Bring a thermal pouch, take breaks in the shade, unplug your charger now and then. Let your devices breathe, just like you should. The park isn't meant to be experienced through a screen alone. The same sun that drains your battery also paints the most beautiful colors. It turns Main Street gold, makes the lakes shimmer, and casts long shadows that feel like memories stretching across the day. Protect yourself, yes, but don't hide from the light. Learn to dance with it like the locals do, moving from shadow to glow. So next time you walk into the park, think of your phone as a travel companion. Fragile, but loyal. Treat it gently and it will keep your memories alive. But if it burns out under the sun, maybe that's Disney's way of telling you the real pictures are the ones you'll carry home in your heart.
Find answers from the people who know best, cast members. Maps can mislead you. Apps can crash. But the people wearing name tags, they're living compasses. The cast members aren't just employees, they're storytellers disguised as guides. Every one of them carries a secret, a shortcut, a hidden detail, a piece of history you won't find online. Ask them something, anything, and watch their faces light up like Main Street at dusk. I once got lost near Adventureland, wandering in circles under the heat, when a woman in a blue umbrella pointed me toward shade and shared a detail I'd never noticed, that the pavement changes texture to match the story of each land. She smiled, said, "That's how we keep you inside the dream." And just like that, I realized they're not just helping you find the magic, they are the magic. Most guests rush past them, eyes glued to maps and screens, but the ones who stop, even for a minute, discover the heartbeat of the park. Cast members carry stories older than some of the rides themselves. They'll tell you where to stand for the best parade view, which snack window opens early, or how Walt designed a detail most never notice. So next time you feel lost, don't scroll, look up. Ask the person with the badge. They'll give you directions, sure, but if you listen closely, you might leave with something far more valuable, a glimpse behind the curtain of wonder. The kind that reminds you that Disney isn't just a place built by hands, it's one kept alive by hearts. Sleep well to live well. Disney days are beautiful and exhausting. Magic has a way of draining even the strongest visitors. By the third morning, you can spot them. The families moving slower, the kids melting down before noon, the parents sipping coffee like it's medicine. It's not lack of love for the park, it's lack of rest. The truth is, no amount of fast passes can fix a tired mind. I learned this one summer when I stayed at Pop Century. The room was cheerful, but bright, too bright. I started bringing a small light, a firmer pillow, and white noise on my phone. The difference was night and day, literally. Because good sleep doesn't just make mornings easier, it makes the memories sharper. You notice more, feel more, laugh longer. Each resort tells its own bedtime story. Some hum with music from nearby parks, others rest in near silence, broken only by crickets and distant fireworks. Find what calms you. Maybe it's a familiar scent, your own blanket, or a playlist that whispers instead of shouts. Comfort is personal, and it's the foundation of every great vacation. So before chasing another sunrise, make sure your night is truly over. Close the curtains, silence the world, and let your body recharge. Because the happiest place on earth only feels that way when you're awake enough to live it. Rest isn't a luxury here, it's part of the magic. Get through security without stress. Security isn't the enemy of fun, it's the gatekeeper of peace. Yet for many guests, it becomes the first test of patience. The lines, the scanners, the quick bag checks, they all feel like barriers between you and the castle. But here's the truth. That short moment of waiting is part of the choreography. Disney designed it to protect not just people, but the feeling of safety that allows everything else to feel effortless. I've watched travelers scramble, pulling out metal bottles, tablets, umbrellas, frustration rising before the magic even begins. The trick isn't to rush. It's to anticipate. Keep your pockets light, your electronics ready, and your calm intact. Because the smoother you pass through, the sooner the park opens up like a dream unrolling. There's an odd beauty in this ritual if you look closely. The guards smile, the detectors beep softly, and sunlight glints off the rails like the start of a parade. It's a reminder that even the smallest moments can hold grace, if you let them. And grace, in Disney, is part of the design. So next time you walk toward that security tent, don't sigh, breathe. Remove what you must, smile at the cast, and take that first step into the day with ease. Because security isn't there to slow you down. It's there to make sure every memory you create stays as safe as the dream itself. Except that Disney changes, and that's a good thing. Every visit to Disney is a reunion, but never with the same version of the park. One day a ride vanishes, another day a new one appears, and somewhere in between, you realize the magic has shifted again. It's bittersweet, like visiting an old friend who cut their hair or moved away. But that's what makes this place alive. It grows, just like we do. I still remember standing where Splash Mountain once roared, hearing laughter echo through what used to be familiar. For a second, nostalgia tugged at me, that ache for what's gone. But then I saw kids smiling at something new, and it hit me. Disney isn't built to freeze memories. It's built to create new ones. The park's evolution isn't loss, it's legacy. Every change here carries a whisper of Walt's philosophy that progress keeps the dream alive. He once said Disneyland would never be completed, and he was right. It's a living canvas, repainted every season with new colors, new hopes, new stories. What once felt final is always just the beginning. So when you visit and see something missing, don't mourn it, thank it. Because that space, that silence, is making room for the next moment of wonder. Accept the change and you'll realize the real magic of Disney isn't in what stays the same, it's in what keeps moving forward, just like you. At the end of every Disney day, there's a quiet moment that no one plans for. The music softens, the lights dim, and as you walk toward the exit, something inside you hesitates. You turn back, just once, and see the castle glowing against the night sky. It's not about rides anymore, or photos, or lines. It's about that feeling you can't explain, the one that whispers, "This was worth it." You came here for fun, maybe escape, maybe nostalgia, but what you really found was rhythm, the balance between motion and meaning. You discovered that the best way to experience Disney isn't to conquer it, but to listen to it, to move slower, breathe deeper, and let the magic unfold on its own time. That's the secret people keep missing. Disney isn't a destination, it's a heartbeat. Every trip is a story, and every story leaves something behind. Maybe it's a smell, a laugh, a stranger's kindness. Maybe it's the realization that wonder still exists, even in adulthood. The parks don't change us because they're magical. They change us because for a brief moment, they remind us how to be alive. If this video made you see Disney in a new light, subscribe and help us keep these stories alive. Because behind every ride, every song, every smile, there's a human heartbeat keeping the magic real. And if you listen closely, you'll realize that heartbeat might just be your own.